Greetings, this is Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, and for this bit of chatting, I'm going to be trying something different, an audio only, save on time for uploads and all that. And you know what, you can use your imagination this time, more than usual. So I wanted to return to some points that I've been going over before. One point was that feeling of being trapped in retail and all that. It's not to say that I'm not curious. Like, there's something that's been in the back of my mind for a while, actually for quite a long time. I've always been curious about hotels. I wonder if I'd have to go back to college or whatever to work at one. Something about, just people you might only see once, or people you might see 100 times. Never know. It seems like an interesting idea for a place to work. There's thankfully one in walking distance, but there's also the risks involved there as well. It's an idea. Part of what is hurting my job prospects is not having a car. And I hope one day I get past the debt that I owe my bank and get into a position where I can afford better transportation for myself. I mean, for the job I have, walking there takes a little over half an hour, which is not too bad. It's closer than the place I used to work from this point. Should I talk about the place where I used to work? Let's say it's retail and that it closed at a certain point in time. Let's say that. But it's further out of the way, and it's very rare that I say that I love a job. I almost basically don't say it at all. But it was a job where I was mostly happy enough with the way things were going. I think the only thing about that job was getting paid every other week for the previous 2 weeks. One of the many things I like about the job I have now is getting paid every week for the previous week. But like I said, if I had a car, my job prospects could open up a little bit more. Oops, sorry, hiccup. I don't know what it is with those. My hiccups are just a sharp intake of air. It's like, what the hell? But anyway, having a car, you look at the gas prices and all the crazy ass drivers out there, and I have to wonder, is it really worth it though? Then again, it's a weird situation. I need the car to have a job that would allow me to afford a car. It's just kind of weird. We'll see. But again, going back to thinking about other job prospects. I've been in retail for a considerable portion of my life. I had my game design dream, and that fell apart on me. But that's something I might look into hobby-wise. I don't think I can make a paying career out of being a long-term game designer. There's already a lot of people already doing that. And the way the current landscape is, I don't know if I can keep up. For me, just thinking up ideas was just fun. I don't think I'm ready for making it the full-time gig, you know? Going back to hotels, part of the curiosity there is kind of built up from my time staying at hotels back when I used to go to game conventions a whole lot. And at one time I went to an anime convention. It's just interesting to think about. Those game conventions I went to long ago with all the games that I got to play there and nowhere else in my history. All the auctions where I've bought random ass things or sold my own stuff. So if you're ever going to sell stuff at a board game auction, make it very, very clear what you're selling. Because a vague label of, let's just say, bucket of orcs is clearly not going to tell people enough information to make the decision you would hope that they would make. Aside from games, occasionally other things pop up at the auction as well, like art. I've gotten a painting of Valkyries before. I'm kind of annoyed that I gave that up, but I think that was my reject all artwork period of my time that I've had. Other things, one auction had a Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, and that was my first chance to see that series. Yeah, occasionally, yeah, the auctions may be mostly for games, but it's like there's not entirely a whole lot of restrictions on what people can and can't sell at the auction. Ideally, it would make sense to have something related to games. I know some people like to sell game piece themed jewelry, like dice earrings and other stuff. I have this golden, well, looks like gold, but I'm pretty sure it's not gold. But it's this maple necklace that I got in an auction for like $1. And I wear it sometimes. If you're wondering what I'm doing while I'm talking, I'm folding laundry. You know, I'm an adult, I gotta take care of my shit. I take care of my laundry, I take care of showers, I feed myself in the morning. If I don't have a ride to work, I make sure I leave early enough to get to work. If I do have a ride, I make sure to contribute to gas at some point. My mom's been very helpful right now. I'm in a financial situation that's not very good, but I'm still going to try to help out my mom whenever I can, because she's done a lot for me and my sister. It's been a big help. I can't take it for granted though. So I try to help around the house too. Try to take care of getting groceries for myself where I can. I like to, lately I've been into buying salad mix. Just a bag of leafy greens and cheese and tomatoes and Caesar dressing and croutons. Make my own salads. Good stuff. I think everyone should try making their own kind of salad or their own little signature sandwich that makes them happy. I think everybody needs to learn self-sufficiency as soon as they can. You can't really be relying on other people too much, because One day they just might not be there. If you have a chance to learn wisdom from somebody, do it while you can. I lost my grandfather in 2009 and my grandmother in 2019. And I no longer have their wisdom outside of whatever they've written. My grandmother kept a journal of me in my early years. I'm thinking about going through that, transcribing it to a Word program, and then getting it printed out. And doing a read over of it one day. I was born like 10 pounds on this. Apparently it made some waves in the hospital. Sometimes people are still alive and somehow not available to you. That's what really kind of sucks. My parents divorced when I was young, and it's kind of sucks, But it wasn't all bad. I'd have times when I visit, with them, like maybe once or twice a year. And then there was the ill thought out trying to move in with them and work for them stage of my life that just did not work out at all. I think there was a tangent I wanted to come back to about being little brother in the Big Brother program. And that's part of the experience I had early on with games, was playing with Big Brother back in the state where I used to live. So, yeah, I was a little brother in the Big Brother program. The first Big Brother I had did not last very long because he was going deaf, and that would have made communication hard. But otherwise, there's no bad feelings. Second Big Brother was, lasted a lot longer. That only ended because we were moving out of state, but we got to have a lot of fun together, playing board games at his place once a month, going places like rock climbing and going to the lake, going to see sporting events or movies, the laser light music shows. Those are fun as hell, but I think that's part of the reason why my hearing is shit right now. But if there's anything I need to learn from that experience, is the importance of what it means to be an adult, be independent, be able to afford to do the things you really want to do that are worth doing. And you know what? All things considered, even though I could be doing better, I think I'm doing alright. So, I'm rolling with it. This has been Pillar Nexus. Thank you very much for listening. See you next time.